We say I've never done that before as if that's proof we can't, when really it's just proof we've never done it before. Hey, friend, welcome to Keep Driving. This is just a space for real people navigating real life, trying to hold it all together, figure things out, heal, rebuild, lead, parent, work, grieve, and grow, and not quit in the middle of it all. So if that's where you are today, you're in the right place. Can I tell y'all something that happened this weekend? My husband, the boys, and I took an impromptu road trip to spend some time with his mom. Nothing planned, nothing fancy, just one of those weekends where you're grateful to be able to see each other. The next thing I know, we're all outside cutting grass. The boys and I out there cutting grass with his mom. We're trying to help them, and my husband had a mower and a weed eater at some point. Everybody was doing their part. Then my husband looked over at me and said, "Should get up there." I looked over and saw the tractor mower. I laughed. I said, "Me?" Because I had never driven one before. My mother-in-law just smiled. She said, "Come on, let me get everything set up for you." She climbed on first, adjusted the seat, showed me where everything was. This is how you started. This lever raises the deck. Here's how you engage the blade. Take your time, watch your turns. It wasn't a long lesson at all, just enough. Then she stepped off. She looked at me like she'd already decided I could do it. I don't know if you've ever had somebody believe in you before you believed in yourself, but that's a special kind of confidence to borrow. So I climbed on, took a deep breath, put it in gear, and made my first pass. Now, let me be honest, it wasn't perfect. Some turns were a little wider than I wanted. I probably missed a few spots, but every time I turned around, it got a little easier for me. Then something happened. I stopped thinking about whether I could do it and started enjoy doing it. By the time I finished mowing the acre, my husband was standing there smiling. My mother-in-law looked at me with this grin on her face. They were genuinely both surprised, not because I'd finished, but because of how quickly I caught on, how comfortable I became, how confidently I handled something I'd never done before. And if I'm honest, I surprised myself a little too. I was thinking about that on the way home from seeing his mom. We're driving, and then it hit me. I wonder how many things we're convinced we can't do simply because we've never tried. We say things like, "I've never done that before," as if that's proof we can't, when really it's just proof we've never done it before. There's a difference there. Some gifts don't announce themselves. Some abilities don't show up until the opportunity does. Some confidence isn't discovered in a classroom, it's discovered in the doing. And maybe that's why we've been stuck for so long. Not because we lack potential, but because we've mistaken unfamiliarity for inability. I'll say that again. We've mistaken unfamiliarity for inability. I had to sit with that one too. I know that was rough because I almost talked myself out of getting on that more. Not because I couldn't do it, but because I had never done it. How many opportunities have we walked away from for that very reason? The promotion, the business, the ministry, the leadership role, the difficult conversation, the dream that keeps tugging at your heart, not because we weren't capable, but because it felt unfamiliar. Then I thought about something else. My husband saw something in me. My mother in law saw something in me before I ever proved I could do it. They believed I could. Sometimes the people God places around us are carrying confidence for us until we grow into our own. What a gift that is. Because here's what I know now: confidence didn't come while I was standing beside the mower, it didn't come while I was listening to the instructions. It showed up somewhere between the first pass and the second, between trying and adjusting, laughing at myself, and realizing, you know what? I think I can do this. Maybe that's your word for today. Stop waiting until you feel completely ready. You don't have to know everything before you begin. You don't have to be an expert before you start. Sometimes all you need is one lesson, someone who believes in you, and enough faith to make the first pass. Because you never really know what you're capable of until you put it in gear. All right, y'all. That's it for today. You've been listening to Keep Driving, a push past your quit series for the people carrying more than they talk about. And whatever you do, don't quit on yourself. Just keep driving, even if it's a tractor mower. Have a good day, y'all.